we were talking about gaming there, so we might as well just like kind of venture into the gaming.
Oh yeah, because one of us has been playing games all weekend.
One of us has been playing games, and the other thing with here is you've tried out the Nintendo Switch. You've actually tried it out more than I have.
That's true. Yeah, I got a quick little go on it, and it's good. It's a good little fun.
Yeah, what did you think of it?
It looks good.
Yeah, how did it feel?
But I would have liked to seen other games.
Yeah,
because I think that game might have been designed to maximize what it can do.
I think it was. Yeah.
And again, I didn't get to play a lot, so there's no review of it. But in terms of like playing it, it's very simple, very straightforward.
The quality
easy to
of the
control.
console, I thought, like usually Nintendo are kind of like a little plasticky, white plastic. Hey, it's for kids, but but this console felt like this is up with like a premium kind of phone or iPad kind of quality.
Exactly. Yeah,
it looked slick. It was like the dark plastic and metal.
Oh yeah, it doesn't look out of place beside an Apple product.
Yeah, the sticks and everything, like not good quality. There was none of this like white shiny plastic going on. And then the screen looked nice and sharp as well. So
yeah, because I only saw the handheld thing. I didn't see it projected on it to a full TV.
Yeah.
But for what it was, walking around portable, it looked great.
Yeah, I can see after playing it and after like holding it and stuff, I can see why there's hype around it. I mean, it's a new Nintendo console. Everyone's going to like it. I still wouldn't pay. I think with Zelda in Canada, I think it's around $500 with tax after you've got Zelda.
That hurts.
So, but there's a few things on the Switch list here. This one I really like. I don't know if I mentioned
these are
this
upcoming.
To you. So no, just talking about the Switch in general. So did I talk to you about the games?
This is the first time we've ever met.
So I've never.
I don't even know where I am. I came into the wrong room and you just told me to start talking.
Well, I'm a friendly guy.
Yeah, so. Except for that guy you killed to steal his Oculus, you prick.
Yeah, he's hanging in the corner. So. The Switch games, Nintendo, again, they're going on the whole kid-friendly thing here. Well, kid-friendly. The games, they taste bitter. Do you know this? What? They've actually put a bitter coating on all the game cartridges.
Right.
I kind of want to go out there and get one so we can lick it. I'm not joking. But they've done that on purpose.
Between your Oculus Touch and now licking Nintendo cartridges, you're giving away some weird fetish here that no one else has ever heard of.
Yeah.
Well, he's getting real turned on by consoles.
That's what we're all about here. But yeah, they've got a bitter coating to them. So
Alex plays the Oculus naked. Look, we're putting it out there. That's what he does.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Actually,
he does play naked.
I mentioned it to a few people. The first thing they said to me is like, "Oh, you got to try porn," and I was like, I did stop there, and I was just like, "What?" I was just like. It didn't even cross my mind, but they're like, "Yeah, you gotta try porn. It's like it's so revolutionary new,
revolutionary."
It's just like, what the hell are you talking about?
You thought you knew what porn was, but now new Oculus porn.
That's crazy. But
although to be fair, that is how the DVD beat the Laserdisc. That's the old. It might be urban myth, but there's a lot of fact behind it. Is when it was Laserdisc DVD? Yeah. Which one was going to be the front runner? Yeah. DVD was adopted by the porn industry.
That's right. That was actually
all the porn companies made DVDs instead of Laserdiscs.
It was Betamax and VHS, and Betamax was Sony,
and then they did
VHS. And Sony said we don't want to be situated with porn. Yeah. And then they said, okay, we'll go to VHS, and I heard the same thing.
Yeah, that's VHS won because of porn, and then DVD won because of porn.
I had a Betamax growing up, and they were always better quality, and I could notice it, not by a hell of a lot, but you could notice. And then I remember a VHS, and I was like, oh. And Betamax were smaller tapes as well. Yeah, like it just seemed like the neater system. But apparently that's what I heard. Is
that's what the market spoke, and the people wanted it.
That's crazy, man. But
I don't think Sony and Rift and Oculus are gonna.
I think that's gonna.
They're not gonna be trying to win that market.
No, not so much. But we'll give a review. No, I'm joking. But yeah, these cartridges, man. I wanna taste a bitter cartridge at some point. But it is a smart move on their behalf because you've got like your 3-year-old and he's ejected the Switch cartridge by accident, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll put this in my mouth," and suddenly it's like, blah. It's like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, I get you.
So, but there are GIFs around the net where people are licking them and they're like, "Oh God, yeah, it's not good at all." So I just was like, "Oh, that's a smart."
I'm just waiting for the guy who makes a YouTube video like he's making dinner and he puts the cartridge in the dinner. Yeah. Need a little bit of bitter sauce.
Dre actually Dre did it here. So one of the guys at work has got a Switch. That's the one that we played, and Dre he read about that, so he was like, "Oh, can I have a little lick?" Yeah, and he was like, "Yep, this is fucking shit." So, but I just thought smart little choices from
Nintendo. Like you said, between
it.
that and their time limit on the gaming, they're obviously it is kid friendly.
Market, yeah. So
they know what they're aiming for.
They're hitting it well.
They still should have brought out more than one fucking game though.
Well, I mean, they've got. I think there's Bomberman, and I think there's one other one. But
Bomberman's awesome.
Apparently, Bomberman's like $80 or something. It's an expensive game. It's like, come on.
For Bomberman, you can get that on the Xbox Live for like.
It's like a remade one with like new graphics and stuff.
No, but it's Bomberman.
I know. How many times can you like package it up? You know? Bomberman ZX Turbo.
Yeah, like you were telling me, like Super Mario 3 always gets re-released. Waiting for that.
I know. Oh god. If it comes out and they don't honor
$80,
if they don't honor people's, the fact they bought it earlier on, that's just going to start riots. Another thing Nintendo have done, they've got like a Pro controller, so it's basically like a Xbox or a DualShock 4 PlayStation controller. So you can buy one of those if you're a pro and you want to play all the Nintendo games, but with one of those controllers.
Right.
So the controller, anyone can buy it, and it's see-through. So it's actually slightly see-through, and you can see the circuit board on it, which is kind of just a design decision. But right above, I think it's the right thumbstick, is when you see through it, it's actually got a message for gamers saying, I can't remember the name, what it says now, but it says like, this is for all the gamers, or it's basically like, thanks for buying a controller. But it's cool. It's actually written on the circuit board of the controller.
Right.
So I love that Nintendo are doing all those little Easter egg and like little things like that.
Yeah, because it's a good.
It goes a long way. And it's like when they made it, they were like, oh, someone's bought this. Someone's paid $70 for this controller. Because it already comes with controllers, so it's like an extra purchase to do that. And then they've got like this nice little hidden message right above the thumbsticks. It's like, cheers, mate, kind of thing like that. Just a cool little touch. I like it.
How hard is it to hack these games for Oculus, by the way? Because I was just thinking,
Nintendo, I don't think you can do.
No, not Nintendo, but like you was playing the Zelda game.
Yeah.
And that seems like it's kind of designed for, you could put an Oculus system into that.
Yeah.
Is it easy to do it, or is it like a pain in the ass?
I think it's a pain in the ass because you have to get it running on a PC to start with.
Right.
But however, that being said, the Wii, there's a really good emulator on the net which emulates the Wii. So you can basically play any Wii game. This is illegal, but you can play any Wii game on the PC. And someone went so far as to make every game, or most games, VR Oculus as well.
Oh,
so if you know a Wii game, you can play that in Oculus. So I never even thought about that, because some people are playing. I think it's whatever the Zelda came out on Wii that was quite good. People are playing that in VR.
Ocarina of Time?
I think it is, or is that N64? I can't remember. I'm not a huge Zelda fan, but it's one of them, and you can actually play it in VR. But obviously, half the thing with VR is like, I guess, the graphics and the experience. So when you're playing Zelda, it's like cartoony. It's still cool.
Yeah.
But I think with like this Oculus, when you're playing Walk the Plank and you're on a skyscraper and it looks like a real life, that's where you start to be like, holy shit, I'm not in my living room anymore, So, but like that's something we should take into consideration when we're doing the Oculus. Like maybe play Mario 64 or something.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, what was on the Wii? There was like the Mario Battle Bash Brothers?
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
Yeah, play that in 360.
Like smashing Bowser up like first person.
But that goes back to your point of, if you're playing this, not now, saying 5 years, and they've developed it so you can play Resident Evil with the headset on.
Yeah.
And you're 10 years old.
Yeah.
Like, you won't really be able to tell the difference between the outside and the inside.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. And that like
you get the games running now on your PC at whatever, 60 frames or whatever, and they're running at such a fast rate.
It's 90 frames on that. Sorry. This is the geek coming in, because you need to have a high refresh rate. I think I could even be wrong, but I think it's the refresh rate's like 120 hertz. But I think it's like needs to be 90 frames per second to be believable for your eyes.
But what I mean, so what I mean is that the games we're playing now on a static screen, they're like 60 frames or nearly photo real. Yeah. So once you jump that up and you get to the point where you can move your head around, if you're playing Battlefield or Battlefront, you'll freak out.
I know. That's just touching on that, just for all like the tech guys out there. That's why VR is such a... You need a really powerful machine for VR, because the reason why is... So Battlefield 1 on PlayStation 4 runs at 60 frames a second. It looks, great, but it runs at 60 frames. On VR, you need it to run at 90 frames a second, and it needs to run at twice the resolution. The reason why is because the way VR works is it splits it down the middle, and you actually have two you basically have two screens. One eye's looking at one screen, one eye's looking at another screen.
It's like 3D projecting for basically. Film. Yeah.
And you need two of those rendered separately, but they're both being rendered at 1080p. So they're both being rendered at like the same.
Right.
So each eye is being rendered at the same res as one of your screens.
Yeah.
And it needs to run at 90 frames a second. I could be wrong on that. I know it's higher than 60 because when you move your head for it to be believable, 60 in VR isn't enough.
Yeah.
You need it to be silky smooth because as soon as it stutters, you're taking out the experience.
Yeah.
So that's why you need really powerful machines. You need a machine that can run two screens and at higher frame rate. So that's why PCs, because you can upgrade them and stuff and they run good.
Yeah.
But that's why PlayStation has a little criticism against it because it's not quite powerful enough to do that. So what PlayStation does is it lowers the graphics.
Yeah.
So it's still got the experience, but the graphics are a little bit lower. They're a bit muddier. So it's still a cool experience. But as soon as you look on a PC, it's like sharp. You're like, holy shit.
So in like 5 years awesome. When we've got 4K.
4K in each eye.
It'll be 8K for this thing.
Yeah, in each eye. You're going to have probably like the lenses are going to go round, so you'll be able to, you won't see any tunnel vision and stuff like that. It's the future.
That's the scary part.
Nuts.
Like if it's 4K full around, that's just like looking out the window.
I mean, we're probably realistically looking at like, I don't think our eyes would be able to tell much more than like 8K, maybe an eye or something.
I think 4K color and 8.
Actually.
I think 4K is the maximum, not resolution, range of color you can see or something.
Right. Yeah.
Like beyond that, there's no discernible difference.
Yeah.
Like if someone's trying to sell you a 5K TV, there's no point.
Yeah, and it's also to do with your viewing angle with all these TVs. Because if we're looking at a TV which is 3 feet away from us, you're so close. But if you're looking further back, like a 1080p TV further back could look really sharp for some people, So, but so that's going to be pretty interesting where that tech goes. But
it's going to be scary. That's all I know.
I know.
It's scary to play and scary to watch.
We'll find out.
Because, like you said, like everyone now, they all have kids and they see their kids playing on their phone and they're going whoop, whoop, whoop. And they're like, oh, it's crazy. Like, I can just give my kid my phone and they can go through it.
And the future of VR is on the phone as well. Because phones are just getting more and more powerful. You can slot it in. You got no wires, Right now, VR...
You want the wires. Let it go. They'll make a Bluetooth one eventually.
Anyway, the next version is definitely wireless. But
the next one's going to be wireless, smaller, lighter, and like 4K.
Exactly, yeah.
Once you've got
that is the next
like,
revision.
It'll be the size of putting on like a goggles.
And then it will be gloves. So you'll be able to get
instead of the touchy things.
Yeah, right now it's pretty good, but you can't do like high fives. You can do thumbs, fingers, and like a couple of movements here and there.
Right.
But it's so like even the controllers are so advanced that when you lift your thumbs up, it knows how far because it's got little sensors.
Okay.
So when it knows how far your thumbs are and stuff. So
it's watching you.
It's bloody insane.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Well, here we are at the forefront with our Oculus. We're going to have
a
crazy old time with that.
Back onto the Switch though, because that Switch is selling.
Don't you mean the Switch?
Oh yeah, the Switch.
It's out now. We don't have to sell it anymore.
I know.
It's sold. It's like sold 1 million.
A nice little way into that. It is selling really well.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's like one of the top selling consoles. It's not as quite as good as the Wii was, but it's up there and it's doing really well. It's sold out everywhere. But when it's sold out everywhere, you can kind of almost put that down to marketing, like they want it to be sold out everywhere, so they probably didn't launch like millions
They gave
of units,
like 4 to each store.
Yeah. Well, I think they did.
Sold out in every store.
What happened? Like,
you released 20.
Do you remember the week before we were in? You were in EB and so was I. And the woman was on the phone and she was
2
like,
different times. Yeah, we were both there.
The woman was like, "What do you mean we've only got 6?"
Yeah.
And then she was like, "You promised us 15."
Yeah.
And then I didn't even know what she was talking about at the time, but I had a feeling it was the Switches.
Yeah.
And this was like Wednesday before the Friday, and then she hung up the phone, and I was buying something, and I was like, "Is that the Switch?" And she's like, "Yep, it's all gone wrong."
And she had the dead look in her eyes of someone who was broken.
But that happened on the Monday or whatever, and I think you went in on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then she was on the phone again.
She's on the phone again, and that time it was about, I didn't know how many they had. It was like, we're not taking reserves.
Yeah.
You can't book one in advance. There's no pre-orders. If you want one, you got to line the fuck up.
What do you mean he hung himself with his Oculus? Yeah, so it's got to be selling well, and that Zelda game is pushing it. So, and one of my mates lined up on Friday. He lined up 5 a.m. to get one.
Yeah.
And he was super pleased with it. And he showed it to my boss, and my boss he was like, I want one of these, and I think he was on Kijiji and going home that night, like, where can I get one? Where can I get one? And then,
they can't resell them yet, can they?
People can. People get 2 or 3 and then they sell them, you know. And there's people out there. There's people out there like that will be, you know. Look at the iPhone when people line up for the iPhone. But if you were to line up,
look at them.
It's like, imagine like I had to Switch and then it's like, oh, the Bomberman, it's free on the Switch or whatever, and then I've got it, and you're like, oh, I really want to play that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, it's out today. I'm going to go down to EB Games. And then you put it in your mind that you want it.
Right.
You get it at EB Games. We just sold our last one. You're like, Kijiji.
Yeah.
You know? And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna pay $50 more. And then someone's like, I want $100 more. And you're like, 75? And then suddenly, before you know it, you've gone insane and you've got the disease.
Yeah. You know? You've bought it for twice as much just so you can play Bomberman.
And Bomberman
instead
isn't
of
even
waiting
included.
Another week.
So, well done, Nintendo. You know, I hope they put the pressure on.
I hope they bring out more games.
So I hope they do as well. Mario's supposed to come out later this year. I can see it being like Yeah, no, I can see it being like Christmas, and by that time, like the system's got too much dust on it.
Well, that's the thing. Like everybody will have played the Zelda. And
Zelda's going to be done in another month. No one's going to be talking about it. No one's going to talk about it.
Well, there already is. There will be a race on to see who can see all the levels and all the things.
Someone's already done a speed run and completed it in 1 hour, less than 1 hour.
Right. So yeah,
I think he just got that. You know, you can. I'm just making this up. I haven't actually seen the speed run, but I know there is somewhere where you can get your shield or some kind of bag or whatever, and you can fly. Like, you know, you fly like
a plastic bag.
Yeah, basically. I think he just got that. Jumped at the beginning and flew all the way across the Mordor and just climbed up. I think that's what he did in the speed run. I think it just took half an hour for him to glide across.
Just to glide.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Nintendo missed that and they were like, oh. You could just glide across the wall.
It's like I remember Assassin's Creed, and it was like the second one or something, and you had Da Vinci, and he starts making all these like tools and equipment for him. Like, why don't you just make that every time? Then I don't have to do the mission.
What are you doing?
He invented like a helicopter wings. Yeah, and you use that to get somewhere, and then luckily it blows up. And you can't use it again. I was like, just make another one, mate. It's not like it was made out of crystals and diamonds. It was wood and just make another one. And then he makes a gun for you. I'm like, well, I'm not using daggers anymore. And then the gun doesn't work every. It's like, oh God,
what are you doing?
Yeah. And then I just didn't think it through. Someone just climbed to the top of an oak tree. Yeah. And I was like, I'm just going to jump, and then they floated all the way. That'd be great.
I know. It's just like, we've missed something here. Yeah. So.
Or there was like some back door that they didn't notice. It's like, if you walk out the bottom left of the screen, you appear at the end of the level.
People have discovered that in Mario 64. Apparently, there's a hack where you can jump into the corner of like a room, and then he glitches. Yeah. He glitches out into like another room, which is like halfway through the game, and you're like, oh, Mario. Hello. It's like, how do people find this? I mean, I'm guessing it must be by accident.
Typical plumber, always taking shortcuts.
Pipes are bursting. What's the other one? Is I guess the PlayStation. So I finally got one. Yeah, so I got the PlayStation Pro.
Yeah. You broke it already.
Picked that up. Yeah, dropped it as soon as I got out the shop. It's like the guy from Australia dropping his iPhone. No, picked up that. Picked up Ratchet and Clank, which is like a nice little Pixar kind of cartoony game. And then
that used to be out on the old PlayStation.
It did, yeah. They remade it. So I kind of was in the mood for that. And then you actually picked him up, Horizon. No, so I loaded that up, and man, that's first of all, the system in general, the PlayStation Pro, awesome. I did have the old PlayStation, so it's very similar to it.
PlayStation 3?
No, PlayStation 4. I used to have one.
Oh, yeah, you did.
But it was like back when they didn't have any exclusives, and I was playing PC more, and now I find myself more of a casual kind of game. I just want to turn on the PlayStation Play. I don't want to update games on Steam and shit and that. So, but I will for Oculus.
Yeah.
But yeah, so super cool console. It looks nice as well. It's now got like 3 tiers to it. So it used to have like 2 levels, and now because it's Pro, it's got an extra level for the extra power. It runs everything like super smooth and slick. But yeah, I loaded up Horizon, and that is.
You're gonna give a quick review of it, or are you gonna save it?
Just a little like preview of the review
of the review
preview deluxe edition. No, just in general, it's like super amazing game. Like the guys, just a little background. The guys that made the game Guerrilla Games, they're a Dutch studio, and they used to make a game called Killzone. So Killzone's always been with PlayStation.
Nothing good ever came out of the Dutch.
The Dutch? Oh, I don't know.
Nothing good.
There'll be a few to argue with that. So Killzone was always made as like kind of a a reply to Halo. Like Halo came out, and then Sony were like, we need our Halo as well. You know?
Halo, what's that?
So, you know Halo.
I'll tell you.
Beyonce, you know the.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Halo. Yeah.
So yeah, they always wanted to kind of tackle Halo and have their own like first-person game, you know, Space Marines, all that lot. So they made Killzone, and it was okay, but it was never Halo. Halo always beat it, and there's been like 4 or 5 Killzones, and they've been on like PlayStation 1, 2, 3. They've been on their like Vita platforms.
Right.
And then suddenly now these guys came out and they were like, we're doing a complete new game. We're not doing Killzone anymore. We're doing Horizon Zero Dawn. And like they made their own engine. So they developed their own engine for it. So they can basically have more control with like how the world looks and stuff. And they've been spending, I think, 4 or 5 years on it. And like, fuck, man, it shows. Like it's a really good game. It looks great. It looks great on the PlayStation Pro. Runs really nice. The characters, the story, like it all flows really, really nicely.
Right.
Like proper AAA game. Like it was an $80 game.
Yeah.
And it's like worth every penny. Like you can sink at least 50 hours into it and still have more to do.
Right.
Whereas like if you spend $80 and you finish something in like 7 hours, 8 hours, you're kind of disappointed.
You'd freak
you're like,
out.
what the heck, you know? But so far so good. I think I'm approaching like halfway. I mean, everything from the just the story to the graphics to the way it controls, you know, is bang on.
Hopefully it doesn't drop off a cliff now you get to the halfway point.
I know, yeah.
They just gave up to like, fuck it. No
but
one's going to play this long.
I won't give like, I've mentioned it a few times, I won't give like a full review, but I will give like a little, you'll have like screen video captures of me playing and just basically my favorite bits and my favorite things about the game. Yeah. And I'll save a video for it, but if anyone is on the fence or thinking about buying it, boom, do it. Yeah. It definitely is worth it. It's like I'm hearing as well from other people that have played Uncharted 4, which is PlayStation's biggest game. Yeah. I'm hearing it's like up there of that, like if not,
it's the top
better.
of the top.
Yeah. It's the dog's bollocks basically. Right. So
that's your official recommendation.
Yeah, the dog's bollocks.
Horizon Zero, Dark 30, dog's bollocks.
Boom. So cool. more on that, and some other little indie games I've been playing as well. But in general, like super happy. Oh, and one other thing to mention with Horizon.
I didn't interrupt you. Why'd you act like I interrupted you?
Oh, and one other thing.
One more thing. Hang on, let me just get another word in. Hang on, wait. No, hang on. Wait, no. One more thing. Okay, go on.
Apparently it's their biggest new IP. So new IP is when they bring out a completely new game.
Internet president?
So Internet President,
okay.
Yes.
It's the new Internet President.
Sony's biggest new launch of a game
jobs.
Since I think since like Uncharted or something. So when
cool.
So it's
kicking the shit out of Zelda.
It's just kicking shit. It beat Zelda in its first week.
Yeah. Well,
but I've heard that Zelda won.
You have to Zelda
won in
Japan.
To play. yeah, it's true. But Zelda won in Japan. Yeah, that's true because Horizon launches and you've got almost 60 million people that can play it if they want. Whereas Switch launches and you've got maybe 300,000 because that's how many consoles.
And when it comes out, everyone has to review the game and the console. No one's reviewing the PlayStation when Horizon comes out.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Sony are just doing things really well. They've got plenty of games. There's so many games for me to play in their list. There's one thing I've got. So on the weekend I was playing some PlayStation, I was playing Horizon and a couple of other games.
Terrible.
And
an awful day.
I know. Just awful.
And then you have to come into work and then review the Oculus. Oh, man.
I was tempted to buy another game. I was like, I wouldn't mind playing this game. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I need to finish some games. Because that's my thing is I might have like 7 games.
It's your OCD.
And then you just like...
You can't just have the wire dangling.
Yeah.
You can't just have the game finished there.
I need to unlock the achievement of ding, it's done. You know, that game's done. So I've done 2 so far. My wife's playing through another one, and we're just like slowly ticking them off. And then Horizon, like I said, about halfway through. Yeah. And I'm just gonna start, keep on digging at it. Yeah. But yeah, that's so I'm gonna be buying games as I complete them. I'm not gonna just have like a library of 10 or 15 and like say, I've only completed 10% of each of them. So, but yeah. So.
And there's a big summer of games coming out. I know you were telling me that, so we'll have a lot of fun with that.
And it sounds like we'll have some Oculus ones to
explore
as well.
I'm just going to live in your house every weekend. It's the only way we're going to get through all this stuff.
Yeah, the cats will...
They will make me one of their own.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that covers about the gaming.